Good morning, it's Catherine in the Sugar Freedom Kitchen. And do your pans look like this? Yeah, I'm a little bit sick, actually really sick, of buying and throwing away nonstick pans. One of the paradoxes of going carnivore is that when you start to rely pretty much exclusively on animals to eat, you get a pretty strong awareness of your impact on the planet. I am so grateful for every chicken that gives me eggs, for every steer that gives me beef. I'm grateful for all of it. But one of the things I noticed is there are some things that I am doing that I could do better in terms of conserving for the planet. And one of them is all of these non-stick pans that I keep buying and then having to get rid of. So this is not a good thing. As you can see, this was a non-stick pan. I got it at TJ Maxx. I didn't spend very much money for it. And you can see the scraping. I really need to get rid of this pan. So once that started to happen, I spent more money, like over $100, and I got a better pan. Hi, good morning. Talking about what pans we're gonna use for carnivore. I bought another pan, and this one is already deteriorating, and the bacon and the eggs are already starting to stick to this, even though I tried really hard to get a good pan, I spent more money, and it just isn't working. So what are we gonna do instead? Years ago, when I met my husband, one of the first things he showed me is that he had this wonderful cast iron pan that he bought at a yard sale. So this is the yard sale cast iron pan. So this is well over 30 years old. We got married in 2000, and this was before we met in 1998. So this is the cast iron pan I have. And then also I have, where's my other big pan? Oh, this is actually just about as old as this cast iron pan. This is a Revere pan that I got when I was single. I got this when this is the Revere Pro line. And oh, it's made in Korea, interestingly enough. And this I got in the early 90s. So this is a very old Revere. So I'm assuming I think it's just all stainless steel. And I remember getting this set, and I still have the pots, I still have the pans, and I still have the lids, which I use. And I got it at Macy's, and I spent like $300, which back in like 1992 was a lot of money. And so this is one of the other pans that I've been using. The other thing I want to recommend to you is, and I've got to bring this back up, is Carnivore Cooking. And I had this all set, and now there it is. So Cowboy Kent Rollins, so this is the website that I went to, actually the YouTube channel that I went to, and I'm gonna link to it after I do this video, his quick tip on the perfect fried egg. So that's Cowboy Kent Rollins, and he does what Cowboy Cooking. So he is an expert on using cast iron. One of the things that I like to do, so this live video, I like to do a rehearsal video, talk about what I'm gonna do, and then I go back and edit and do a more concise video. So thank you for being here with me, a little bit of a stream of consciousness on my cooking, but it really helps me to get my mind around my cooking and other videos. So I followed his routine. I went to his quick tips, and obviously I'll post this. And then I also went to his tips for seasoning and using cast iron. And I learned so many things that really did work. So you're probably wondering, if I'm not gonna use a nonstick pan, what can I use to cook my eggs? Yes, you absolutely can use the cast iron pan. I followed the tips in Kent's video, so that's Cowboy Kent Rollins. The number one tip, you've obviously got to get some butter. You've got to get some fat in there, heat it up slowly. And then once you put the eggs in, you crack them on the counter so it doesn't dribble on the pan. And then you also add some water and then cover it with a lid. So you're actually going to be using steam to cook those eggs, so those eggs don't end up sticking to the pan. And then always re-season when you're done. Do you see how glossy this pan is? I do re-season. Confession time, yes, I re-season with bacon fat. When I'm done cooking, I have in this little carafe that's on the counter behind me, a little bit of bacon fat. I do use a paper towel. You can use a bandana or a soft rag if you want to, and that's what keeps that shiny surface. Concerns about using bacon fat, what if it goes rancid? Well, I'm using this pan so often that I'm cleaning it with hot water pretty much every day, so it's not just gonna go in and sit in my cupboard. So yes, absolutely you can cook eggs in these. But I also discovered here is a steel pan, and it's got a copper bottom. I got this for about $50 at TJ Maxx, and I immediately, wrecked the bottom, but whatever, it's still working. It's 5 years old. I did an omelet in this pan yesterday, and it worked beautifully. The secret was getting enough butter in the pan and then slowly heating up the butter. I put it on about 3 low-medium heat to get the eggs started, and then I turned it down to low, and I just carefully watched it. And I used that technique where you get under the eggs and you push them to the side and then let the liquid eggs run underneath. Really, really awesome. I got an excellent omelet. I folded it over. There was a little bit of egg stuck to the edges. I probably, because sometimes the edges get a little bit of thin egg on it, and I was able to just get rid of those with, let me show you the brush I use. Here I go. I was able to get rid of that egg with just this really simple bamboo, and I'm not sure what kind of bristles those are, but those are natural bristles, and the handle is made out of bamboo. And then also on the old Revere pan that I have here, more than 30 years old, I will sometimes just use simple steel to clean that, but never, 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 never on the cast iron pan. I'll use warm water, I'll use this brush. And then an awesome tip from Ken was, if anything gets stuck to this and you need to scrub it off, to use a coarse sea salt and a rag to scrub anything off. It was amazing. It totally worked. So the bottom line is, you don't have to keep buying these stupid nonstick pans and throwing them away. You don't have to do that. You absolutely can cook eggs with cast iron or with stainless steel if you use enough fat and if you use some good techniques. So I'm gonna go ahead and link to those videos from Cowboy Kent. And thank you so much. Thank you very much. Yeah, know how to cook, because if you're gonna eat, if you're gonna eat animals, because I do, and thank goodness for the animals, they keep me happy and healthy and sane. I wanna make sure that I'm doing whatever I can to be a good steward of the planet that we all live on, so that we can all be healthy and happy and keep doing what we love. All right, so until next time, eat for yourself, be well, keep doing what you love, and I'll see you back here soon in the Sugar Freedom Kitchen. Thanks, everybody.